Also, let's talk about what this is. I've been ripping this prior to longer events, even my workouts, but 20 grams of carbohydrates in one scoop, 350 milligrams of sodium, superior endurance, quote unquote, but watermelon flavor. Oops. Ingredients are pretty clean. There they are. So, pink Himalayan sea salt. Himalayan salt. Natural flavors. I don't know. I've been playing around with it, but what I like about it is that because I used to like working out fasted and training fasted, but now I can get some carbohydrates, electrolytes, fuel in, because that's technically, even though it's a liquid, guys, it's still breaking your fast. Even if it's just water. Did you know that? Even if it's just coffee. So, yeah, I've really actually enjoyed it. It's really fueled me through my workouts, especially my runs. I got 2 scoops in here now because we're about to go hit this swim. But what you need to do is your body weight in kilograms. That's what you should be consuming in carbs before a longer endurance event or even training session. So for me, I'm around 85 kilos. So I try to get close to, 80 grams of carbs in before I start working out or training. Yeah, check out the view, panoramic, all these books I'm working on right now, but yeah, check it out, boys. This is where we eat breakfast. This is where every morning, bro. It's sick. It's very nice. It's very quiet. And the cattle currently are way back there. You can't really see them, but they're back there. Trust me, I was just out there. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome back to another video on the American Stallion journey. So today we have a full day of farming, eating, working out. We're gonna hit a lift with one of my buddies and a swim that we're gonna go scope out. The new Roca buoyancy shorts just showed up, so I want to go try those out in the ocean. So we're gonna get in the truck, and that's the first thing we're gonna go do. We're gonna go down to the beach and see if I can get back into the water. So yeah, I'm getting back to my roots of running, swimming, biking, and obviously lifting all at once. I guess you could call it, hybrid athlete. What I'm going to call it is the business animal hybrid athlete, because just because I'm doing more of this hybrid athlete stuff doesn't mean that I've lost the roots of my diet. I'm still very passionate about the animal-based diet, but a lot of the guys on hybrid, they still eat pretty clean, but we're going to take it up a fucking notch. We're going to take it up a notch. And I'm going to show you how to train hybrid, but fuel animal-based, but with more carbs. So that's going to be really the purpose of this video, is like, hey, how am I fueling myself to look like this while still eating a very clean animal-based diet with all the whole foods that we always eat, and getting enough carbohydrates, glycogen, energy, water, electrolytes, sodium, magnesium, potassium into my diet so that I can perform at an extremely high level and do what I need to do in and outside of the gym and from my endurance training events. So that's what we're gonna do today, is going to showcase an entire day of farming, a little bit of training, and a little bit of eating. So come along, it's gonna be sick. This is officially my first vlog, so it's probably not gonna be the best, but fuck them, dude, fuck them. So, all right, bro, let's get on with it. I'm gonna go upstairs, I'm gonna grab what I need to go hit this swim, and then we're gonna hit it. Okay, we're back, and I just finished making my first big meal of the day. Remember, I already broke my fast because I had those 3 scoops of G1M Sport from BPM and an apple. So technically, we are no longer fasted. Even if you drink water, guys are like, dude, well, I drink coffee, water, like, am I fat? No. You're breaking the fast. You're breaking the fast. I think I left the stovetop on. You're breaking the fast when you drink water or coffee. So anyways, let's roll right into it. We're going to start. We have a bunch of pickled onions. These things are great. They taste good. They're organic. They're from Whole Foods. And they're just great at building that gut lining, which, as you know, healthy gut, healthy body. So very important. The next little appetizer, shindig. And here goes the crop duster, guys. He's literally coming right over the house. These row crop farmers, bro, I swear. It's like, why don't they just put cattle out on their land, dude? But it's just the government, the subsidies, dude. Anyways, the next thing I have is this A2 grass-fed, low-fat, because I've been doing a little bit lower fat right now, high carb, low-fat yogurt with 1 banana and 100 grams of blueberries with Paul's Lineage Provisions protein, 1 scoop, and 1 scoop has 22 grams of protein. No, excuse me. 2 scoops has 22 grams of protein and 18 grams of carbohydrates. I have only 1 scoop, so I'm getting half of that, 9 and 11. 9 and 11. So, and then lastly, we have 2 slices of sourdough bread, my staple lately, with 4 organic pasture-raised eggs, courtesy of my farm, with some spinach, and I cooked it in extra virgin coconut oil. So, yeah, let's see how this came out. I'll tell you, bro, that sourdough bread is good. In total, though, I think, so we got 4 eggs,
roughly 24 grams of protein. We got 300 grams of yogurt I did. So that's like 10 grams of protein. This is the low fat A2A2. With another 10 grams from this. So that's, what did I say? 20, that's 50 grams of protein right there, right? We got 24 in the eggs. Another 20 from the bowl of yogurt. So it's about 50 grams of protein, which is plenty for a meal. That's a good amount. You don't want to be doing like these 200 grams per gram protein meals, bro. It's too big. So it's hard on your kidneys. So we got that. And then we got a decent amount of carbs because that's going to help fuel us for, I got farm chores here shortly, and then I got to go lift. I got to go lift with my other buddy in town. So yeah, this will help get me ready because I have plenty of carbs. I got the banana, the blueberries, the bread. This is like almost 100 grams of carbs. So yeah. Woo! Let's go move some cows. So basically, before we go out there, let me shut this thing off. Before we go out there, here on our farm, obviously, we practice grass-fed, regenerative, rotational grazing. So what does that mean? So all the grass-fed, grass-finished beef that you're buying from Whole Foods, Sprouts, Aldi's, potentially local farmers markets that are marketing their beef as grass-fed, grass-finished, what that means is that they are moving the cows. I'm sure if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen, and if you don't follow me, you'll see me moving the cows paddock to paddock, to farm to farm. We got farmland that we graze on over there, over here, down the road. So we're constantly moving the cattle. And the reason that we're doing this is because we don't want the grass to get so overgrazed or so low from the Columbus method, as a lot of the old timer or the regenerative farmers call the old timers in the industry. So the grass here, this is where the cattle were a couple days ago, and look at how we left so much grass behind. And we did that because we didn't want to graze it down to the ground, because what is that going to do? It's going to remove the canopy, right? The grass canopy over the soil, like kind of here, it's a little low, and it's going to, the dirt or the soil is now going to be more exposed to the sun. It's going to bake the microbiome and the organisms that are living in our soil, and it's because the soil is not going to be covered, it's not going to be as moist. So to prevent that, we keep the grass longer, like you see here, and it helps for the grass to grow back faster. And because the land is covered with grass and weeds and all sorts of vegetative, you can see the manure pads, we're getting closer to where they are. Because the ground is covered with grass and weeds and all these plants, we are able to put or sequester, I think is the word, more carbon into the soil. And because we can put more carbon into the soil, we are able to feed the living organisms that are down there. And ultimately, the more carbon that we can take from the atmosphere and put into the soil, well, the healthier the planet's going to be for us, and the healthier the soil is going to be for the plants and for the cattle. So you can see, here's our stock tank. Here's our Job mega valve, float valve. This fence is hot right now, so I don't want to go over it. I gotta go back in the barn, but I just wanted to show you. They were on this for about 20 hours. That's where they're going next. So you can see the difference behind us, right? That's what we leave behind. That's what they were just in. Bare spot right there, which is bad, but and then that's where they're going. You can clearly see the difference on the camera. It seems much greener and thicker and longer. So that's going to give our animals the best chance to put on as much weight gain through grass as fast as possible while regenerating the soil and keeping the cows out of their manure and pee and urine, so we don't have to give them antibiotics and all this medicine that doesn't work. And it's just, guess what? If it's in the animal, guess where it's going? Into you. So anyways, I'm going to go into the barn. I'm going to shut this fence off because that is 8,000 volts. I don't want to touch it. We're going to move the stock tank, and then we're going to move the cattle just one more strip over. Okay, so here they come, the cattle, and that is because they could hear me on the ATV, and they're ready to be moved. They'll probably start mooing here very shortly. And you could say, well, there's still plenty of grass. Well, there is, but they've taken off. I mean, look, what looks better, this or over there? It's tough to see, but obviously over here it's much thicker and it's untouched. And this is where you're getting all the energy from the plants with this leafy stuff here. As opposed to over here, see, it's grazed. It's been all the high energy, I mean, here's some, but all the high energy grass has been taken off. Now, if we leave them here, they'll keep grazing this into the ground and exposing more of the soil. And then eventually, what is the soil going to do? Because the sun is going to get dry because it's not going to have the canopy. And it's going to ultimately slow the growth of the plants and the grass and the ecosystem below. So they are 100% ready to be moved. I can just tell. Trust me. I know cattle, and they're ready to be moved. Now the flies are there. It's normal in the summertime. We don't do any fly or pest control on our cattle. A lot of farms that you guys are buying your beef from, if you are not buying from sources or farms like this, are using diesel fuel and other chemicals and pesticides, yes, diesel fuel, to wipe or exterminate the flies off of the cattle. So where do you think that fuel is going? It's on the hide of the animal, it's going in the animal, and then it's ultimately going to go into the meat, and it's going to go into you. So, hey. Anyways, these guys want to get moved, so we're going to move them. The manure and the mud on the butts, that's pretty normal in the summertime because they lie down right in their manure, and yeah. But this is just from 20 hours, so this is all good. This is literally the best fertilizer you can provide your pastures with because one, it's free, and two, it's completely organic. I know it looks kind of gross, but this is free fertilizer, and every manure pat that is put down onto this farm, I think it adds, like, don't quote me, but I think it's 30 to 40 pounds of nitrogen, which if there's any farmers or ranchers watching this, right? Nitrogen, the big three is nitrogen, potassium, and why am I blanking? I'm not a very good farmer, but there's three components to fertilizer. So anyways, let's get these guys moved. I gotta put my phone down so that we can get the poly braid moved. But yeah, they're ready to go. Hey, buddy. So all we're gonna do before opening that, this is off, remember I turned it off, but I need to set up more temporary fence posts, another like 20 feet that way, so that they get access to this fresh grass. So let me just do that. All right, so I have the new paddock, temporary paddock set in place. The fence is still off, obviously, except sitting on it. And all we need to do, so you can see the difference from this side. Look at this. This is the green, good grass, untouched. They haven't been on this in 5 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks. That's where they just came from. We're gonna move them in here, right now. So, come on, girls. Woo! So, there's the difference. You can see the fence line. Grazed, ungrazed. And as soon as I reel this in, come on, girls. And there they go. Just like that. So anyone that says farming is too much, raising your own food for you and your family, healthy, sustainable food for you and your family, neighbors, bro, it's not that bad. Remember, I'm maintaining 8-9% body fat, training for my ultra marathon, strength training, my real estate portfolio, my online coaching business, right? Which, if you want to learn more about how I balance all this and stay ripped, I have a link to apply one-on-one, to work one-on-one with me, bro. I'll help you out one-on-one, just like me and you. If you want to learn more about this lifestyle, this unbalanced lifestyle of, discipline and doing what's right, and, learning how to actually get into peak physical condition while managing, your family life, your business. Maybe you're a rancher or a farmer. So, all these things, I'll teach you everything, bro. And I will make sure that I get you there, because I would be an asshole if I didn't. My shoulders are sore from that swim. I would be an asshole if I didn't bestow the knowledge upon the next generation. I mean, you might not be younger than me, but upon the next group of men. Because I was just no different from most of you probably watching this right now. I was a watcher. I was a viewer in the Coliseum. I was in the stadium. I was a spectator. Now I'm in the fucking arena. So if you want to come into the arena, I'll show you how. All you need is just some big balls like this bull over here, and we'll get you dialed in. So the application will be below. Click to apply. Obviously, I can't coach everyone for obvious reasons. I'm only one man. But if you really want to work with me and you really want to learn a life of discipline, and learn how to go to that next level and balance being unbalanced, I am the man. So all we have to do now is move the, wow, that is a massive poor spot. All we have to do now is move the, this is our mineral, cafeteria style mineral feeder. It's got basically all the minerals and micronutrients that our pastures are basically missing. And when I say missing, because it's the cattle will only eat what the pasture lacks. And then as time goes on, they won't eat as much from certain bins because they're regenerating the soil with, or replacing the soil, or inputting the soil with the minerals that the soil and the grasses are lacking. So like when I first got out here, phosphorus was a big one that they were just ripping through, but they no longer really eat it as much. So that means our phosphorus levels have probably been restored to some degree. So thanks to these guys, it's all for free. It's all for free. I mean, yeah, I got to pay for the phosphorus, but no fertilizer trucks, no sprays, no chemicals, just mother nature. But anyways, I'm going to move the mineral feeder. How I have that is on this chain that we built, me and my ranch manager. I just throw it on the ATV like that and put the ATV in gear and move it over. But look at this, guys. They won't come back over here. They're that smart. And do you see how they weren't eating? They weren't grazing a second ago? I love that sound. Rip, rip, rip. That's the sound of cattle getting fat on grass and grass only. What a beautiful thing. Imagine that. God gave us an animal. God gave us an animal that can literally produce protein from thin air. Let's break that down. How is grass grown? Sun. As long as the sun is shining, we can grow grass. As long as we put the cattle out on the grass, we can grow protein for free. It's beautiful. I don't have to buy any corn, soy, antibiotics, hormones, vaccines. I don't have to put machinery out. I don't have to do anything. And they maintain my pasture. They clip it for me, or they mow it for me. Every once in a while, I have to go through with the brush hog, as you guys see, to knock the taller stuff down and the trees that are growing, the saplings. But for the most part, these guys are my employees. And at the end of their lifespan, they give me and my family and neighbors a healthy food source that was grown for free. So we're converting solar energy into protein is what we're doing. So anyways, I'm going to move this. I know I keep saying that, but I'm going to move this, move the stock tank, pull up this poly braid just on that geared reel over there. And then we are going to head to the gym. So the last step, which I just did, I moved the water tank. That's some nice clean water, some high quality H2O. This is the float valve. So basically when the water comes up to here, it shuts off the water supply. And this is a pump. It's back in the barn, and I trenched here. Where's the next one? There. I trenched all these uprisers, and I put these Plasson couplers, one on the hose, a male end on the hose, and one into the upriser there. That goes down to a T, and then some ethylene or butylene, I don't know, some plastic pipe that I trench that runs down the whole farm all the way to the end of the pasture. So we got water on the whole farm. It makes it really easy to move these guys, but I usually sit out here, make sure there's no leaks on this side where the supply is and on the drain, because what happens is this is what happens. This was probably my ranch manager, because that's where the upriser is, right? So the water tank was here, the tank was leaking. So, this doesn't look like a lot. You're like, well, that's not that much bare soil, but it kind of is, because look, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there. So it adds up. We need every bit of grass we can get to fatten these guys up the healthy way. So anyways, cows are doing great in the new paddock, and Oh, we got a plane, a bird overhead. It's a little bull calf. There's another bull. We got a heifer, which a heifer is a female that hasn't calved yet. And then when she has her calf, she's probably pregnant. I don't know for sure, but she'll be a first calf heifer. There's another heifer. And then we got our 2 bull calves. So they're funny. But anyways, all right, let's go to the gym. Last meal of the day, and then we're gonna wrap this video up, guys. I hope you enjoyed spending the entire day with me. I'm pretty sure I'm short even after I consume this meal, which I'm about to show you. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be short on protein and carbs, so I might have another meal later. Probably won't show it to you, but because it's getting late. But to start, we have 8 ounces of ground beef in here from my farm, 1 ounce of feta cheese, some salsa, about 150 grams of organic white rice from Whole Foods, and then a bowl of blueberries, blackberries, and honey sprinkled on top from a neighbor. So, and this Harmless Harvest coconut water. It's organic, no sugar added, clean ingredients. 23 grams of carbohydrates, no added sugar. So this is good. There's some electrolytes in here too, magnesium, potassium. So no sodium obviously, but magnesium, potassium. Anyways, I'm gonna eat this meal and then I'm gonna chill out for a little bit. I hope you learned something today in the video. If I had to summarize, really what today was about, it would probably be, it's okay to be unbalanced for a little bit. The whole world, society, your peers, your family, they'll all tell you to be balanced, have balance. I disagree. Especially if you do not have what you yet want or crave in your life. There are times in life to be balanced, and I also want to mention that there's a massive difference between something that is sustainable and balanced. So like this meal, right? Some blueberries, some honey, some white rice. This makes it sustainable, so it's not super restrictive or super strict. But it's still kind of unbalanced, right? It's 6 o'clock here on a Saturday. I'm not going out tonight. I'm focused on my goals and my mission, and my physique and what I want to get out of life from training for this ultra marathon right now while still maintaining my muscle and my overall aesthetic. So yeah, don't be afraid to be a little bit unbalanced, especially as you are climbing up the mountain, because there's really no other way to get there. I don't care what anyone says, they're fucking lying to you. You have to be unbalanced, especially in the beginning. So I'm gonna put this food back, I'm gonna chill, and we'll see you on the next one.